Live. First Alert 4 starts now.
On this bitterly cold start to your morning. Glad you're starting off your day with us, everyone. For First Alert 4 this morning, I'm Maurice Drummond.
I'm Claire Kell alongside Matt Chambers, Paige Halsey. You'll also notice we have live team coverage this morning. Justin Andrews and Jeffrey Bullard are spread across the region. We'll get to them in just a moment. But first, we have to start with Matt. We're talking about these bitterly cold temperatures.
Yes.
I mean, and piles of snow. I mean, this is something we're going to deal with all week long.
I'm thinking about those reporters out in the field right now, along with everybody working. But what those reporters are thinking is, boy, I hope Chambers' weather is quick here.
Yeah.
Because I want to get in and get back in the vehicle. It's cold for anybody that has to spend any amount of time outside this morning. Dangerously so. Let's not make light of it here. Just trying to have a little fun on this snow day morning. The forecast low in St. Louis, -5. An extreme cold warning is in effect. That does not happen very often in St. Louis. These were the projected wind chills, the forecast wind chills between 15 and 25 below zero. Let me transition from the forecast to where we stand right now. Right on target. The wind chill is 23 below zero in St. Charles. I've seen it as low as -26. Feels like -20 in St. Louis right now, and 24 below zero is the feels like temperature in Alton. Yikes. It is dangerous out there. You got to layer up on a morning like this. The actual temperatures are not much better. It's -4 now in St. Louis. My forecast low was -5, so we're right on track for that. Maybe even a degree or two colder. -6 in Alton. Check out Hillsborough, Missouri, down in Jefferson County at 11 below zero right now. On top of that, of course, you have the travel concerns. Most of the interstates at least have some partial clearing, but be cautious. This is I-55 at Butler Hill Road. This would be the interstate, but this would be the exit to Butler Hill, which is still a little more so covered, I think, than those primary lanes. -1 there right now, by the way. So the caution light is out. Roads are passable, but you got to slow it down, bank in a little extra time. Brutal cold and those crunchy, crusty roads out there. I don't think we'll hit zero until probably about 9 o'clock this morning. The afternoon, some sunshine. It's going to look nice. Make sure you have the sunglasses. A lot of reflection coming off that fresh snowpack, but only 15 for the high, with even the warmest wind chill somewhere between -3 and +3. So keep those layers going all day long. Coming back in my full forecast, we'll talk about temperature trends this week, find out when we might do a little bit of melting, or hopefully anyway, and we'll recap those snowfall accumulations. Got them all mapped up for you coming up in just a few minutes. Speaking of maps, Paige Halsey watching your route to work closely.
Yeah, and a pair of traffic alerts on Interstate 44. We have a crash reported in the eastbound direction just west of Six Flags Road, and you see some flashing lights there on scene. That is in addition to the issue that we have 44 westbound west of 141, and this one looks like a semi there off the roadway. So again, we have two issues, one by Six Flags and then the other closer to 141, both on Interstate 44. We widen out and to share some more breaking news, this time in Illinois. 270. There was a crash in the eastbound direction near Illinois Route 3, and then also at issue the downtown bridges. Here's a live look at the Poplar Street Bridge, and you can see one lane open coming into Missouri, but look at this snowpack on the on-ramp from downtown St. Louis to take the Poplar into Illinois. So you're going to see that snowpack on a lot of ramps this morning. Speaking of those ramps, the ramp to 64 westbound closed to the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. This is pictures, this is video that Mark Griffin just recorded for us. That cop there stationed overnight, still closing the ramp again from 64 westbound to the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. I want to send it out to Mark Griffin, helping me with our traffic coverage over in Illinois. And Mark, I also want to mention the stand span's open. You just can't take it from 64 westbound. So now that you've sent us back that video, where have you made your way to?
I am in downtown St. Louis. I'm just passing Tucker and Washington, coming up to a stoplight right here. I took the Poplar across page because obviously I could not access the usual. Illinois State Police have that blocked off from the 64 westbound entrance, as you mentioned. Coming across the Poplar, the interesting thing is on 64, making your way to the Poplar, 1 to 2 lanes that are fairly clear. Again, you run into that instance of you have one lane that may be open and then all of a sudden it becomes snowpacked. People who are a little uneasy about driving want to get over quickly, and that can cause some issues. But the other part is once you get past the merge, making your way to the Poplar, it is snow covered until you get to the bridge itself. Then you again get a couple of lanes that you can pretty much navigate through. I came downtown. Once you cross the Poplar, also, if you're going 44 or 55, that hairpin turn there, that is snow covered, as is the turn to get on 70 or go into downtown. So be very careful there. I am now making my way to the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. I'm going to head back eastbound, Paige, see if I can find out what the issue is that is blocking the way to 64 from 64 onto that bridge, and I'll report back to you as soon as I have that information. Once I discover that, I'm going to stay in Illinois, try to head up toward the Canal Bridge where you mentioned we have that accident eastbound near Illinois 3 onto 70.
Okay, sounds like a plan, Mark Griffin. Thanks so much. Claire Moe, back to you.
All right, thank you, folks. Of course, we have live team coverage of the snow and cold with crews all over town this morning. Our Justin Andrews, he spent the morning in the city of St. Louis.
Yeah, Justin, right now in the Del Mar Loop, the first time he's bringing us this vantage point. This is what, the fourth neighborhood in the city you've been in this morning?
Yeah, I think it's about the fourth, Claire. And we decided to come over here because, you know, this area is lined up with businesses. So we can imagine so many business owners are probably wondering, am I going to open today because of the cold? Maybe I won't because of the snow. The sidewalks are still covered, so that's also a factor. But look at the roadway. This is Del Mar. And right across from Del Mar, you see Ben & Jerry's. Yeah, they can put all their ice cream outside. It's going to stay frozen. That's how cold it is out here. But speaking of the roadways, you see one guy right now walking the roadways. But this area is full of businesses, and that's something that, you know, these business owners are going to make a decision. Are they going to open or are they not? But the streets department will play a major role in this because they got to see how the roads are going to be. In fact, the city streets department is going to be teaming up with some contractors here today. In fact, they expect those contractors to help when it comes to clearing some of those roads. And that is certainly going to help when it comes to these businesses making the decision if they're going to open or not. The other factor to this, these business owners, they've got to clear their sidewalks so people can get to their businesses safely. Look at this. Yeah, some have been plowed, others have not. So that's also another factor. So again, those business owners also got to make a decision. The city telling us, though, that they expect the roads to be at least mostly clear by the afternoon on Tuesday with the help of some of these contractors. So fingers crossed that that is indeed the case. They're hoping for Tuesday afternoon or sometime before. We're going to keep roaming the streets here in the city and keep you posted on anything we see new. Back over to you two.
Yeah, and I got some work to do. And yeah, when folks open those doors, yeah, it'll be good to have everyone back and ready to go. All right, our team coverage continues with First Alert 4's Jeffrey Bullitt.
Yeah, Jeffrey is in O'Fallon, Missouri for us this morning, giving us a look at the conditions. You've been all over St. Charles County this morning.
Absolutely. Claire and Mo, good morning to you, and good morning to you if you're waking up in St. Charles County. I'm standing in O'Fallon, as you said, and right now we can tell you we're standing in front of Route K and also the Route N intersection, standing in front of 364. And one of our big takeaways from 364 from St. Louis County and to St. Charles County is that those roads you were getting through in different parts in different ways. And let me explain what I mean here. You were getting through in a few lanes fine in some parts, and then you would see those crews actively working through the stretches where you're only getting through in one lane. So those crews, we've seen them with our own eyes out there working on 364, both westbound and eastbound. Let me take you to where I am right now, standing in O'Fallon. Those drivers who are waking up this morning on Route K, we're seeing more volume picking up as the morning goes on. But maybe you're thinking about, okay, I'm taking the day off work. I'm taking a day to be with my kids, maybe outside in the backyard. Matt Chambers has been talking about all morning those layers. Finally found a hat. Thank goodness for that. I'm layered up pretty significantly. I have 4 pairs of pants on, 2 sweatshirts, a t-shirt, a jacket, and also my coat, also a scarf. It is so important that you layer yourself up on mornings like these because it gets so hard to talk sometimes. I know it's my job to talk, and it's getting just a little bit hard. But if you're curious, if you don't want to go outside just yet, stay with me here. Hold on. I'll be right back. This is the snowball form. Can you make a snowball? That's the question this morning. And the answer, Claire and Mo, are you ready for it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Go.
Yes?
Oh.
No?
It's sort of there.
Okay. No. Well.
It sort of works.
It's still a little powder.
It sort of works. But that's what I got this morning. Hey, guys.
We're just happy you found a hat.
Yes, we are. When you have your 4 layers of pants, you got to have the hat to come with it. Yes. Okay. Good stuff.
4 pairs of pants for First Alert 4.
Yes. Then that's in these kind of temperatures. What are we sitting at here? -2 degrees. That's what you need out there. All right, Jeffrey, just work on your snowball making skills a little bit. In the meantime, well, Webster Groves, take a look at this. The latest city in our region to install GPS sensors on its snowplow trucks in order to improve snow operations. So this is a live look at the map map again for Webster Groves. The streets in blue, they say, plowed within the last 4 hours. The streets in orange plowed within the last 4 to 8 hours.
Almost 500 schools and businesses are now closed today due to the winter weather and these bitterly cold temperatures. We do have a full list of all the cancellations so you know what's closed and what's open as well. You can check it out inside our First Alert 4 news app.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol posting all of this video and some pictures as well of crashes that they responded to over the weekend. I mean, take a look at these wrecks. The Highway Patrol reminding drivers that those who wear these body cameras, the video that we're looking at, live in your communities, and they really encourage you to delay travel to allow first responders and MoDOT plow drivers to do their job safely.
Well, this morning, a person is in critical condition after a structure fire last night in North City. It happened around 8 o'clock last night off Fair Avenue and Fairland Avenue, just right next to Fairground Park. Officers say that the person was trapped in that fire, ended up jumping from the second story of that building. They were later taken to the hospital where they do remain in critical condition. An investigation into what caused that fire is currently underway.
This is going to be a tough one, gang, but we'll make it through. Caution on the roadways and layer up, as all of our live crews have been telling you. Look at the temperature trends hour by hour today, peaking around 2 or 3 this afternoon, only in the mid-teens, and that's with sunshine. And on top of that, boy, the wind chill is double digits below zero this morning, guys. An extreme cold warning in effect right now. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
And coming up, I'm live in Bridgeton. We're going to be heading outdoors to be talking about temperatures and what you need to know if you're going to be braving the cold this morning.
And right now, a live look here right next to Barnes Jewish Hospital and Forest Park. You see the intersection of Kings Highway and Interstate 64. Traffic is flowing here, but coming your way right after the break. Paige has some updates on some traffic situations we are dealing with on this Monday morning. If you do have to head out the door, hang with us a few more minutes. Paige is right after the break.
This edition of First Alert 4 is brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Learn more at rbastl.com.
Doesn't scare me. If you've been hit by a giant truck, call Jungle Law. I will go ape on the insurance.
Let us show you the difference a new precision door can make.
We can change the entire look of your home. It just has that curb appeal, you know? Your neighbors are gonna be talking about how you got the nicest door on the block.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You know why I love the number 7? Because good things always come in 7s. Think about it. Championships that are the best of 7. 7s can be a big winner. The 7 colors of the rainbow. The 7 seas. The 7 wonders of the world. 7 continents. All coincidence? I think not. Come on. 7s for St. Louis. If you've been injured, start with 7. Call 777-7777. Kaufman Townsley. Real people, real results.
SSM Health welcomes the St. Louis Golf Expo, January 30th through February 1st at the St. Charles Convention Center. Get bonus golf, pro tour tickets, and more while they last. Don't miss our sales on golf's biggest brands. Tickets and bonus golf at stlouisgolfexpo.com.
I got some ideas.
Okay.
Time out? No. Time in. I feel like mascots should affect the over-under. Ooh. Betting in space?
New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
The beach is the only place where they get along. Now imagine them getting along for a week straight. If you book that trip early on Vrbo, you could save over $530. That's the way to 30A.
I know you did it. Talk! I'm innocent. Got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Okay, it was me. I did it.
Bringing an owl to an interrogation? That's a power move.
Every time.
Yeah. Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury? That's also a power move. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Did you stop dating your boss and then he fired you?
Hey, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to break up. My wife found out.
But you said we were soulmates.
I'm sorry, but it's not going to work. Fire her.
I will tame the predators for you.
A traffic alert for a few new issues to report here out of the First Alert 4 Traffic Center. Starting on Interstate 64, at issue is the eastbound direction at Timberlake Manor. You see that right shoulder is closed right now with first responders assisting that motorist. And then on Interstate 55, this is in South City, right in front of the brewery. And in the southbound direction, the ramp to Arsenal has some activity with a stalled vehicle there. In the Eureka area, two different issues and in opposite directions. We'll start with the one closer to Six Flags. This is in the eastbound direction, which will have the heavier volume this morning. And you see a couple vehicles there with their flashing lights on. MoDOT reporting this as a crash. Again, 44 eastbound near Six Flags. The other one is 44 westbound. This is west of 141. It looks like a tractor trailer off the roadway there. MoDOT expecting this to clear closer to the 7 o'clock hour now. And then in Illinois, two issues. One on 270 near Illinois Route 3. There was a crash reported in the eastbound direction. And then on the Illinois side of the downtown bridges, you cannot take the ramp from 64 westbound to the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge this morning. The stand span's still open if you can get there from another road, and the Poplar is open this morning. You just can't take 64 westbound to 70 across. Claire?
All right, in addition to Paige and Mark Griffin, we have crews across the bi-state to give you an idea of what the roads are looking like right now on this Monday morning.
First Alert 4's Chance Gotch joins us live this morning. He's out in Bridgeton. Tell us what you're seeing right now, Chance.
Yeah, Mo, I'm currently in Bridgeton. You can see right over my shoulder here is 270, and that's the intersection right behind me of St. Charles Rock Road. And it is chilly. I'm actually on top of a major plowed space here in a parking lot. And folks, whenever things are plowed, so you're thinking maybe the shoulders of roads, this thing is actually decently compacted. So if you do get a little bit closer to those areas, it's not going to be a soft one if you do actually go off the side of the road or even into these embankments that are going to be on the sides of the highways from all the plows. But I want to talk more in depth about temperatures. I actually just looked at the sensors on our vehicle, and it's 1 degree out. The first thing you notice is any exposed skin immediately going to be feeling almost sharp pains from how cold it is. It took me earlier about 5 minutes to get these gloves on, and that was 5 minutes too late. So the best thing you could do this morning is make sure there's no exposed skin besides maybe your face whenever you're heading outdoors. Even then, you're going to want to spend limited time outdoors because it is so chilly. Now, there's a slight breeze that's going to continue to hit us from the north. The first thing I notice with that, whenever it does pick back up, is my eye starts watering. Any tears that come down, well, they'll start to freeze pretty quickly as it is very chilly. So this elevated area up here, I'm feeling a little bit more of that wind, about 5 to 10 degrees. That's going to make those wind chills even worse and even more that dangerous if you're going to be working outdoors. You need to have everything you can. This is going to be the day to get it done because we're at the coolest time that we've seen so far this winter. Definitely want to be on the smarter side of everything. But for now, reporting in Bridgeton, Chance Gotch, First Alert 4.
Okay, Chance, reigning champion of King of the Hill right there on his mound of snow. Did you see that? I like that angle. He's right, though, man. You've got to layer up this morning. Extreme cold warning in effect until noon. That is why today is a First Alert weather day. We've already seen these wind chills drop to a range between 15 and 25 below zero. That doesn't happen very often in St. Louis. Dress in layers, cover as much exposed skin as you can. As Chance mentioned, frostbite can nip at you really quickly in this kind of atmosphere, about 30 minutes, maybe even a little bit less. Here are the actual wind chill numbers. This might be the most important data I have for you this morning because this is the weather you need to dress for, all right? And again, as mentioned, just about everybody in that 15 to 25 below zero range. Feels like 20 below in Flora, minus 20 in St. Louis, minus 19 in Chesterfield. We chuckle so we don't cry, right? Look at the actual temperatures out the door this morning. My goodness, minus 4 in St. Louis. My forecast low was minus 5, so we're just about there. I was about to say feels like minus 6 in Alton. You wish. Wind chills are below minus 20 there right now. Minus 6 is the temperature in Litchfield. It's minus 1 in Imperial and 3 below zero in Bloomsdale right now. I'll tell you what, when the sun comes up, if you're able to just take a step back, it is going to be a beautiful scene, a fresh mantle of white across the area. But for these poor drivers out in it on the surface streets downtown, it's a slow go, no doubt about it. Old Courthouse looking nice, though, with a dusting of snow on that rotunda. So here is the extreme cold warning shaded in blue virtually the entire area, expires at noon, then overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Parts of the Metro East and the northeastern section of our viewing area go under a cold weather advisory, kind of one step below an extreme cold warning, because you're going to see wind chills probably close to 10 below zero there again tonight. What you won't see again anytime soon is snow. Here's the weekend weather maker now over the open waters of the Atlantic. Still a little bit of snow in New England and close to the nation's capital this morning. A little rain in the mid-Atlantic, but that is about it. Now cold high pressure has taken control over Texas and Oklahoma, and it's steering those cold winds straight out of Canada again this morning. So look at the temperature trend through the course of the day. You're talking about 4 by 10 a.m., an actual temperature around 14 and holding there in the mid-teens between about 2 and 4 p.m., 9 degrees by about 6 o'clock tonight. But look at the wind chills. It's probably going to take us until about 11 a.m. to get the wind chills out of the double-digit below zero range, and the warmest those wind chills get this afternoon are only around 1, 2, 3 degrees or so. Quick recap of the weekend's snowfall totals. As expected, the heavier amounts ranged from the metro St. Louis area to the south and east. Not quite as deep, but still impressive a little farther to the north. You can actually see that gradient around the metro. North County, St. Charles County, it was more like 8 to occasionally 9 inches or more, but more like 10 or 11 inches down in South County, Pacific to Arnold to Oakville, most of Jefferson County in that sort of lower double-digit territory. There was a little swath, though, of a foot or more from around Farmington back towards St. Genevieve. That was the roughest patch of accumulating snow. And again, what's on the ground right now is not going to melt anytime soon. We're talking about a slight bump in overnight lows tomorrow morning, but still Arctic air in play all the way through the weekend. High temperatures close to freezing on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's as good as it gets. I think Thursday and Friday trend even colder. But again, I don't anticipate any significant weather makers anytime soon. Chance of some light snow on Thursday. We'll keep an eye on that. Could be a dusting in spots when you're this cold, but not a big winter storm. February begins on Sunday, and we're saying, hey, February, how about some warmer temperatures? And so far, that seems to be the trend. 36, 37, 38 for the second, third, and fourth days of February. Never been so excited for upper 30s, guys.
Oh, yeah. When did we imagine we'd be saying that? Or more excited for a new month to come our way. Yes. All right, Matt, thank you. Well, viewers like you have been sending us photos and videos all weekend showing you and your families out enjoying the snow.
And we've seen some pretty fun pics have come through here. We want to show some of them to you this morning. Take a look at this one. This was, I guess you could say this has a St. Louis feel, right? Snow measured on toasted ravioli. Justin Afton sending these pictures. Yeah, showing a range of 5 to 8 toasted ravioli for the snowfall in Afton. Got to get some frozen marinara.
Yes, you do. My kids will be like,
that.
can we still eat those out there?
Well, maybe not. I'll probably say no. How about this one? Kathy down in St. Genevieve County sent us this photo of her fluffy feline enjoying the snow. Lots of people in her newsroom saying, you know what? Probably one of the fluffiest cats we've ever seen. You need all that hair in this snow.
And Hannah from South St. Louis County sending us this picture. Her skeleton used as a snow gauge to determine just how much they got there in South St. Louis
Or someone
County.
who's been out there way too long.
Yes.
Ouch.
A
Yeah,
or B
cold.
here. And your photos, boy, do they help us tell the story. So when things like this happen, make sure you share your photos and your videos with us. We really appreciate it, but make sure you get the photos and videos safely. You can share them on the First Alert 4 News app as well as firstalert4.com/share. All right, watching both the roads and the skies for you this morning.
Yeah, we're going to tell you how things are going out at Lambert Airport. If you've got a flight that you need to catch, we'll update you on that information coming up.
During this winter storm, First Alert 4 stayed on, streaming live for free to keep you safe.
Well, yeah, they're definitely worsening.
Travel conditions not ideal is putting it mildly.
For fast local updates, Steve Templeton and the First Alert 4 weather team are always on.
Stay off the roads. This could be a life-threatening situation if you slide off into a ditch.
Download First Alert 4 for free wherever you stream.
We'll be here for you and make sure you stay up to date, stay prepared, alert, and safe.
Hey, Dad, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Absolutely. Keep treating our customers like family.
Easy.
Number 2, help even more people find the perfect new Kia for their families.
Easy with our huge selection of new Kias and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Oh, and number 3, give everyone peace of mind.
10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, the best in the industry.
We're off to a great start.
New Year, same family values. So come see for yourself why everyone says
you gotta go to Federico.
Federico Kia, Wood River, Illinois.
At JBL Financial, we're all about planning. But we never forget that behind every plan is a person. So along with retirement coaching you can trust, you'll find the kind of personal service you can only get from a family with generations of experience. It all adds up to a better retirement. JBL Financial, the retirement coaches.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 3.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models.
Visit your Greater St. Louis GMC dealers.
After an accident, you do your best to keep up appearances, but it's hard to wrap your head around how things got so bad. We're Brown & Crouppen. We can help you navigate what comes next. Call us for free now.
When you think of the hero of your home, who or what comes to mind? At Universal Windows Direct, our Unishield windows use super spacer insulation technology to keep you comfortable and save you money on energy bills. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free, plus 60 months of 0% interest and a bonus $1,000 off your next project. Not all heroes wear capes, but this one will save your day. Visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com today.
Whether it's a quick escape or the adventure of a lifetime, there's an RV built for your journey. Find yours from St. Louis's most trusted dealers at the STL RV Travel Show at the America's Center.
Live look at Lambert Airport this morning, and you talk about folks working outdoors at the airport, fighting the elements, trying to de-ice that Southwest plane this morning. It is 6:26 a.m. Lots of flights out there. So far, 13 delays that we know of at this point, and 38 cancellations at Lambert Airport. Some of the airports with the most cancellations and delays right now got to go out east to Boston, JFK, and Newark airports.
We do have crews spread all across the bi-state for you this morning after the weekend brought a lot of snow and the bitter temps staying around for quite some time.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the roadways. We have crews all over town. We're going to show you where they are and how the roads are shaping up.
Well, bitter is the word we're using on the air anyway. The word we'd like to use, we're not allowed to use at 6:27. It is cold out there. Take a look. Minus 23, the current wind chill in St. Charles. Feels like 16 below in Belleville and minus 20 in St. Louis. An extreme cold warning is in effect. I'll show you how long we are stuck in the deep freezer, and you might not like it. That's coming up in your First Alert forecast. The best spots for a family-friendly Mardi Gras celebration this morning at 9.
Growing up with a name and a background like mine, I always felt like an underdog. I still do. When I see other underdogs hurt by a rigged system, I fight back.
Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy speaking out against terrorists.
A fighter who will do whatever it takes.
Raja Krishnamurthy
vowing to hold the government accountable.
and putting an end to bullying.
And as your senator, I'll take on the biggest bully of them all. Because underdogs, we just fight harder. I'm Raja Krishnamurthy, and I approve this message because bullies like Trump can call us names, but you can just call me Raja.
B-Dry Solutions offers a proven and simple solution to stabilize your foundation walls permanently. The I-beam reinforcement system. Basement foundations are subject to great stress from surrounding pressure, causing bowing, leaning, and cracked walls. The innovative use of steel beam stabilizes your foundation walls immediately. The I-beam reinforcement system is a simple, cost-effective solution with no outside excavation and usually takes less than a day to install. Call B-Dry Solutions today for your free estimate.
Welcome to Hell's Kitchen.
Broadway's hit musical from Alicia Keys.
Every song, If I Ain't Got You, Empire State of Mind, is all in the show.
Meet Allie, a 17-year-old girl full of fire. Meet the musical mentor who changes her life and her family, who lifts her up. With exhilarating choreography, Hell's Kitchen is all about finding yourself, your purpose, and the people who inspire you. Hell's Kitchen, coming to the Fabulous Fox January 27th through February 8th.
Most common repair is probably a broken spring. Say broken spring, broken torsion spring. If the spring hasn't broken yet, it's going to eventually. We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
There's a big red barn where you say green. Horns, barn, barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my friends at Countrywood Products.
With locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
I'm often asked, how'd you become the largest injury firm in the world? The answer is simple. We've won a lot. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan for the people.
This Morgan video was not approved, authorized, or endorsed by Disney. This Morgan video was not approved, authorized, or endorsed by Disney.
Here's tonight's primetime lineup, brought to you by Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, and Royer. Call the doctors today. Live, First Alert 4 starts now.
After a weekend of heavy snow and extreme cold, that shot of the arch, center screen there coming from your Ford Skycam network. How about the little orange coming up in the background there? Beautiful shot, but it is freezing outside all around this area. Glad you're starting off your morning, everyone. For First Alert 4, I'm Maurice Drummond.
And I'm Claire Kelton alongside Matt Chambers, Paige Halsey. Obviously, keeping your eye on the roads. You're keeping your eye on these temperatures. And we're going in the wrong direction. We were -2, now we're -4.
That's right. And we used to call these wind chill advisories or wind chill warnings. There was a change in the naming a few years ago. Now it's an extreme cold warning out there this morning. But there is no warning level more serious than the one we're facing right now. And as soon as you step outside, you're going to think, oh, yeah, okay, now I get it. Wind chills projected to be between 15 and 25 below. That's what the map on the right side of the screen shows you. My forecast low is -5. Claire's right. We're at -4 right now. Probably still room to drop a degree or two. The high this afternoon is only going to be around 15, and that's with some sunshine. So these were the projected wind chills. Let me show you where the numbers are actually coming in right now. Right on target. Feels like 16 below in Belleville. The wind chill is -20 in St. Louis, -25 in Litchfield and in Alton. That's the coldest patch of real estate right now. Parts of Madison County all the way up across Macoupin and Montgomery counties. The actual temperatures, if you're curious, aren't a whole lot better. -4, as we mentioned, in St. Louis. Got goose eggs on the board in Belleville and Oakville. -4 in O'Fallon. And the current temperature is 17 below zero in Herman, Missouri right now. That is Arctic air, my friends. And everybody waking up wanting to know, what do the roads look like? This is a good example. This is Interstate 64 running under Kings Highway. Kings Highway still snow and ice packed. Parts of 64 are seeing some clearing. I'll leave the details to Paige, but that's kind of the trend. Interstate's okay. On-ramps, off-ramps, secondary roads still pretty rough this morning. All right, so we will slowly climb out of the sub-zero territory on the thermometer by about 9 a.m. up to about 4 by 10 a.m. During that time, wind chill between 15 and 25 below. Just really tough to take out there. Highs this afternoon, generally in the mid-teens. I have St. Louis at 15, bitter cold, even though there's going to be a lot of sunshine out there. And the warmest wind chills of the day, well, at least they're above zero. I've got us at 3 in St. Louis, 5 in Chesterfield. 10-day forecast on the hunt for any kind of warm-up and any future winter storms. 2 Paige coming your way in just a few minutes. Let's talk traffic now.
Yeah, and a traffic alert as we are just getting word from MoDOT about a new crash on Interstate 44. This means we're tracking 3 different crashes on 44 right now. This one is eastbound, just east of Pacific. We only see in this camera view 1 car with flashing lights, but again, it's MoDOT reporting to us that this is a crash. This joins the 2 other issues that we're tracking on 44, including this one Also eastbound on 44, west of Six Flags Road, where you see those flashing lights. And then this issue on 44, that's westbound. You see that semi there rolled off of the roadway near 141. Also, we are monitoring this crash reported on 64, that's eastbound at Timber Lake Manor. Our Ford Sky camera down in South County showing us how you still have that snowpack, especially on the ramps and the exits to and from roads. This is 55 just in front of Barnes Jewish Siteman. I also want to point out that that stretch of 270 near 64 in both directions, still quite a bit of snowpack. Mark Griffin along with us this morning, helping me track this morning drive and road conditions. He joins us with an update in Illinois. And Mark, that doesn't look great to me.
Yeah, we are not great over here on the east side. There are places where you have two passable lanes. Right here, I am on 255, approaching 270, just the one lane. And I can tell you, we were talking a little bit about the entrance and exit ramps. Those are snow covered, and most places the left lane as well. Seen IDOT crews out all morning long, but just within the last hour, for the half hour, for the first time, I saw a plow with its blade down. Most of the plows had been just dropping chemicals on the road. This one had its blade down, trying to get one of those left lanes clear. And I can tell you, when that happens, or when even a car just drives by in the left lane, all of that powder gets kicked up, and it looks like you're back in the middle of the snowstorm again. Fortunately, right now, I'm kind of by myself on 255, getting ready again to get onto 270, and things are fairly easy going right now. And we did mention there is an accident on 270. It is in the eastbound direction near Illinois 3. I am going to make my way back into Missouri along 270. I'll check on that. Also, one other thing, Paige, that ramp from 64 westbound onto the Mutual still closed. I was able to drive through that area, not able to see exactly what's causing that, but I did drive across the Mutual, and it is indeed open in both directions.
Okay, good to know. You just can't ramp on to 70 there from 64 westbound to take the Mutual. Mark, thanks so much. Claire Moe, back to you now.
All right, thank you, folks. We continue our team coverage this morning as we help you plan your day with these snowy roads and these freezing cold temperatures. Our Justin Andrews, he's been in St. Louis City all morning long.
Right now, he is in downtown St. Louis, but let me look at my list here. Justin, you were in the Hill, the Central West End, Fountain Park, and the Loop. I mean, you and your photographer, Nick, you're on the move.
That's how we do around here. You know that, Claire. We go here and there and everywhere. Right now, we're driving down Market Street in downtown St. Louis West, actually, right now, passing past 7th Street this morning. Look at the downtown streets. Plows have come through. I'm pretty sure they put some chemical salt and stuff down, but still, with the cold and bitterly Arctic air, it's still snowpacked down here. But look, it's clear, at least as clear as it can be. This comes because of the street crews here in the city. They've been working 12-hour shifts, but they've also gotten some help from some contractors across the area. So today and tomorrow, you'll be seeing a lot of crews on the roads across the city, neighborhood, residential, main artillery roads, because they want to get this clear. Their goal is by Tuesday afternoon, so tomorrow afternoon, if not before. So we know that is a race against the clock, but they are hopeful that that's going to happen, and we're going to, check to see if that is indeed the case, because that's the promise that they told us. We've been driving all throughout the city, though, and we've been seeing pretty much the same story. Still snow on the roads. Some have been treated. Most of them actually have been treated, but still, you got to plan some extra time and take your time on the roadways. I know you said Nick and I have been going all around, but we've also been driving slow and below the speed limit just to be on the safe side. So you all should do the same thing as you are starting your morning commute. I'll send things back over to you, Mo and Claire.
All right, St. Louis has a deadline tomorrow afternoon, and I would say quickly, Justin, from your vantage point, from where you've been, the Central West End, that one looked the best so far.
Yes, you're right on the money, Claire. The Central West End did look the best. I mean, you remember that huge mountain of snow that was pushed to the side there? Yeah, that was an indication of how much snow they got off the ground there. But yes, that was the best pavement we've seen all morning so far.
All right, I'm Justin Andrews, live in St. Louis City. Thank you, guys. All right, this is a live look right now over town and country. We can see parts of 270 and 64. Yeah, still snow on those roadways, and we will continue to monitor all of these cameras all morning long. So far, I haven't seen really really a lot of cars on the roadways, but for the most part, they're taking their time. While MoDOT crews in the St. Louis District are fully staffed with about 200 workers out plowing around the clock, Bob Becker, you see there with MoDOT, telling First Alert 4 that treating the roads has been less effective in these freezing temperatures. He says it's important to give these plows on the roadways plenty of room as they continue their work this morning.
If you can limit your travel, that would be greatly appreciated. That allows us to do our jobs and you get around safely. For the morning rush, there's still going to be snow out there. There's still going to be some snow on the roadway. Those roads aren't going to be clean. So please be careful.
You heard Bob say it, be careful on the roadways, and of course the roads this morning not having a lot of time or the temperatures to melt those roadways, so make sure you're taking it slow and stay alert. Our team coverage continues with First Alert 4's Jeffrey Bullard out on the roadways.
All right, checking in with Jeffrey right now in Lake St. Louis. The last time we chatted with you, you were in O'Fallon, Missouri. So what are you seeing there now in Lake St. Louis?
So good morning to both of you, and good morning if you're waking up in St. Charles County. Thank you for being here with us. If you're wondering what's happening outside right now, I'm standing in front of Interstate 64 in a construction zone. Behind me, you can see some of those orange cones. I'm not sure if you can from this viewpoint, but those drivers are making their way through on Interstate 64 through Lake St. Louis. So maybe you're in the Darden Prairie area, Lake St. Louis, waking up. Maybe you take Highway N. That's a pretty significant taken area around this where I'm standing right now. Now, when you go down to the 2 lanes each way into the 1 lane each direction area, that is still snow covered at this point. So I know that can easily build up in the mornings and as well as the afternoons and evenings. So make sure you give folks extra space as they're driving through the area. As for the snow, I'm actually standing at a Steak and Shake parking lot facing the interstate. The snow over here, if we can pan our camera just a little bit, we're going to show you just kind of how deep this is. I'd say it goes past the ankle here in Lake St. Louis. But again, a lot of the snow, just because of the texture and consistency, it's been sliding, moving with the wind and then the cars going by. So that can easily change in a matter of just the wind, matter of seconds. So whenever you're heading out the door this morning, be sure to layer up. I've got the layers on, the gloves, the hat, the coat, the pants, 4 pairs of pants, the boots. So really be sure to take that time for your safety this morning before you head out the door. Live in St. Charles County, Jeffrey Bullard, First Alert 4.
Yeah, lots of snow behind you, as well as look like sunup just about there in the horizon. Our Matt Chambers says there's going to be a lot of sun out there today. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. And as always, best way to stay up to date on all the latest weather is just simply do this. Have your First Alert 4 weather app handy. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Matt?
Our field crew's doing such a tremendous job of preparing people for the cold. I will do the same coming up in your full forecast. We'll talk about how long it sticks around. Plus, if you missed the late newscast last night, you might have missed the snowfall totals leaderboard. We'll break down some of these very impressive numbers, more than a foot in spots, coming up.
And right now, before that break, though, a live look here on the campus of SIU Edwardsville. You see the flags there. Yes, the wind is strong this morning. The temperatures are fierce, -4 degrees right now. Feels like much, much colder than that. Matt's 10-day forecast, including a little relief down the line, coming your way after the break.
It's First Alert 4 on. The team you trust on all your favorite streaming platforms.
Just search First Alert 4 wherever you stream.
Because we're on it.
First Alert 4 still on weekdays after 7 a.m.
With weather, news, and traffic you need to plan your day.
This will impact you, plus extra content from First Alert 4 you will only find on streaming.
First Alert 4 on, streaming now.
Jim Butler, the Kia Powerhouse, needs your help. In the next 3 weeks, we need to sell 250 new Kias. That means every vehicle has extra savings. Telluride, Sorrentos, Sportages, Carnivals, you name it, we've marked it down. Shop now during the Get Them Gone sales event at JimButlerKia.com.
Retirement isn't about how much you've saved. It's about how long your money will last. That's why at Compass Retirement Solutions, we focus on building your personal income plan so that you can stay retired, no matter what the market does. With over 20 years in business and more than 350 million managed, we're the trusted firm for retirees across the region. If you've saved $250K or more, call us today and take the first step toward a retirement income that works.
Get closer to the magic than ever before. At Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party.
Coming to Enterprise Center February 5th through 8th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
I met Kaufman Townsley through devastation for our situation, which was very, very tragic. Ty was a fighter that knew what he was doing.
If you need a new roof, if you need an assessment on storm damage, if you need gutters, you need siding, if you need somebody to give you a second opinion on your claim, and more importantly, if you don't need the high-pressure tactics from people beating down your doors, please call iRestore St. Louis. We're here to help.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
You know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
Hawks, Pelicans, Raptors, dinosaur parlay.
Okay.
I feel like mascots should affect the over-under, no? Try saying player props 3 times fast. Player props, player props, player props. A little easier than I thought it was going to be. I don't know. Ooh, betting in space? I'll be honest, I think the moon's overrated. I'm sorry. Back to my original thought.
Oh, my God.
New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
Make your big game party super with Kenrick's.
Kenrick's, St. Louis's largest butcher shop.
Surprisingly affordable.
We hear that all the time at Lifestyle Kitchens and Baths. If you're ready to upgrade your kitchen or bath, get the latest style with Lifestyle.
And we'll help with free design. Wow.
LifestyleKitchens.net in Fenton and Shiloh.
Announcing the Get Them Gone sales event at Jim Butler, the Kia Powerhouse. Help us and save big. 500 new Kias in stock. Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Carnivals, and we need to sell 250 in the next 3 weeks or else. Shop JimButlerKia.com.
All right, a traffic alert as roads are still snow covered in most places. A lot of interstates, only 1 lane clear. And now we're starting to see more people head out the door. We also have a couple crashes, including this one on Interstate 64. It's in the eastbound direction, just west of Timberlake Manor. 3 different issues we're tracking right now on Interstate 44. 1 eastbound at Pacific, another eastbound right here near Six Flags, and then this semi off the roadway 44 westbound west of 141. This is a live look right now at the Poplar Street Bridge. I just saw a salt truck pass through this stretch heading from Missouri into Illinois. And look at that ramp from downtown onto the Poplar. So many ramps and exits look like that this morning, just snow packed, and really just 1 lane of the interstate open. I also saw someone out running there this morning through downtown. They have a little bit more energy than the rest of us. Mark Griffin just letting us know about a car off the roadway 270 eastbound at Illinois Route 3. Excuse me, that was 270 westbound at Illinois Route 3. And then a reminder that 64 westbound to the Stand Mutual Veterans Memorial Bridge, that is still closed. The stand span still open. You just can't access it from 64 westbound this morning. Claire?
All right, Paige, we do have crews across the bi-state spread out this morning to give you an idea in real time of what the roads look like. We know some of you do have to leave on this Monday morning.
First Alert 4 meteorologist Chance Gotch live this morning. He's on Main Street in St. Charles.
Yeah, Mo, we were just driving through. Most of these roads are actually mostly covered, but also want to switch gears and talk a little bit about the Missouri River, which you're seeing right here behind me, folks. One thing you'll notice if you're going to be driving over any river bridges is going to be we're starting to see a lot of ice floats. And why does that matter? Well, whenever we start to see a lot of these ice floats, eventually they could pretty much dam up, which is going to be an issue because that can actually impact the flow of water that continues to come down. And with temperatures so cold here, but also further off to the north, a major issue with that is we could see the possibility of ice jams, which that could cause water upstream to actually start to flood some areas, and downstream we could see a significant drop off. So we're going to watch that very closely, especially as temperatures are expected to be a lot chillier for the next several days into the next week, where we're going to be below freezing. So it's something we're going to keep a close eye on as we head throughout this time period. But if you're going to be outdoors, one other thing I want to point out is, folks, anytime that wind blows right into your face, you're going to start to feel your eyes starting to tear back up. It is very cold this morning. You don't want to have any exposed skin. The most I'll be showing today is going to be my face because it is that cold across much of the area. Make sure that you're going to be warm as you head outdoors. Chance Koch, First Alert 4.
Chance, thanks for the update. We appreciate it. He says he's feeling the cold in his face. Good news is it'll go numb after a while. So, just give it a minute. So cold out there, gang. Seriously, all kidding aside, an extreme cold warning in effect until noon. That's why today, Monday's a First Alert weather day. We've already seen wind chills drop to this range. This is rare territory in St. Louis. Wind chills ranging from 15 to 25 below zero. So Chance is 100% correct. Dress in layers. Cover as much skin as you can. You're talking about frostbite in 30 minutes. minutes, maybe even a little less in these kinds of temperatures. We were forecasting wind chills between 15 and 25. That's right where we've landed, and it just so happens that, of course, the coldest time of day is usually the start of your work day. So this is the most dangerous weather of the day right now. Minus 26 is what it feels like in Litchfield. 20 below zero in Flora, feels like minus 19 in Litchfield. And the actual temperatures in many cases are also below zero. Not that dramatic, but still some really, really cold patches. Herman coming in at 17 below zero. Wow, it's 0 in Oakville and Belleville. It's minus 4 in St. Louis. I'll get out of the way. So Salem and Centralia, you can see there in Illinois at minus 3. Minus 4, the current temperature on the Arch grounds in downtown St. Louis. And guys, look at this. A little bit of ice flow. Some of the top surface water on the Mississippi is starting to freeze up here just a little bit. It's a chance also referred to. 10 degrees by noon today with the wind chill at 3 below zero. I think the warmest the wind chill gets today is around 2 to 3:30 this afternoon. Plus 3. That's about as much as we got going on today. 15 for the high. Mo Drummond just asked the question a couple of commercial breaks ago. He said, are we going to have some sunshine today? Yeah, a ton of it this morning, and then a couple of fair weather clouds this afternoon. If it were cloudy in this kind of atmosphere, I wouldn't even be able to go that warm. All right. So if you missed last half hour, we mapped out the accumulation totals for you from across the area. If you missed that, let me show you the leaderboard. The top tote was St. Genevieve, Missouri, with 13.6 inches. Now, remember, these numbers are Saturday plus Sunday. A lot of spots picked up 1 to 3, maybe a little bit more on Saturday, and then the rest of these tallies coming during the morning hours, predominantly on Sunday. A foot in Farmington and in Irondale, almost as much in Chester and Highland, Illinois, 11.3 and 11 inches even, respectively. Lake St. Louis, Missouri, we had reports ranging anywhere from about 9 to 11 inches. Oakville, Missouri at 11. Arnold, Missouri at 11. This consistency is the kind of thing we look for. You got to remember, Oakville and Arnold not too far from each other. South County versus Northern Jeffco. The fact that those results match lends some credibility there. St. Rose, Illinois, 10.8 inches. It was 10.5. Not too far from my neighborhood over there in Swansea, Illinois. And if you're wondering when we're going to melt this off, my answer is not anytime soon, all right? Look at the low temperature forecast here for the next few days. Tomorrow morning, remember, we're sub-zero right now. Tomorrow morning, not as cold, but that's still cold, all right, at 10 there. And then another weak front comes through and knocks temperatures down again. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, low temperatures in the single digits, I think lower single digits. Now, high temperatures, a little more promising on Tuesday and Wednesday. I still don't think we'll spend much time, if any, above freezing, but I have us in the upper 20s and then lower 20s Thursday. Friday looks like another very cold day at about 16 degrees. So depending on how the weather elements eventually lay out, we may issue additional first alert weather days for some bitter cold here and there, but not for any big snowstorms. We're happy about that. The only chance of snow I have on the 10-day forecast right now comes Thursday. It's a 20% chance, and it looks light. But I want to keep an eye on that because with pavement temperatures that cold, air temperatures that cold, anything that falls could stick. So let's watch that. Friday, again, bitter cold. Saturday, 21. Sunday, we kick off February, and we start to warm things up. 31 for the high there. I do have us spending quite a bit of time above freezing early to mid next week. This has the signals for a slow and gradual thaw, but guys, the overnights are still going to be below freezing. So welcome to deep, dark winter in St. Louis. This is pretty tough.
30s never look so good.
Yeah, right?
For sure. All right, thank you, Matt. Hey, folks, don't forget to stay with us. We're going to wrap up here on the air at 7 o'clock, and you can watch our full team coverage on our First Alert 4 on streaming coverage. That'll be from 7 until 8. You can check us out on your First Alert 4 News app. Also, check out your smart TV.
Okay, so what Mo's saying is whether that's Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, what we want you to know is that we are with you every weekday morning streaming from 7 to 8.
Millions of people called us last year in their time of need. Injured, we became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Today is a First Alert weather day. Stay ahead with the latest tracking and timing on the First Alert 4 streaming app. Stream live coverage and get the latest forecast updates to keep you prepared. Search First Alert 4 in your app store today.
At B-Dry Solutions, we specialize in egress windows required in all finished basements to ensure a quick and safe way to exit in the event of an emergency. Egress windows also maximize natural light, transforming your basement into a brighter and more inviting living space. Not only does it enhance the functionality of your basement, but it adds value to your home and peace of mind. Call B-Dry Solutions today to schedule your free estimate or learn more at bdrysolutions.com.
Whether it's a quick escape or the adventure of a lifetime, there's an RV built for your journey. Find yours from St. Louis's most trusted dealers at the STL RV Travel Show at the America's Center.
Injured at work or in a car crash? Call Brown & Brown now for your free case review. Zero upfront charges. We only get paid when we win your case. Call Brown & Brown today. Missouri, all 3s. Or Illinois, all 8s. Brown & Brown, we'll go to bat for you.
With McValue at McDonald's, get the deals that get the party started. Mix and match 2 favorites like 10-piece chicken McNuggets or Filet-O-Fish for just $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The pain was so much that I couldn't really focus on my job.
Plantar fasciitis. I just was not a happy person.
And I saw the Good Feet store.
And then all of a sudden, I just get these arch supports.
I'm just happier. I feel happier.
It was amazing.
It's a lot easier to be nice when you're not uncomfortable. It's pretty awesome.
The arch supports are never coming out of my shoes.
Nothing worked for me until I walked into that store. It changed my life.
I don't really know if I could put a price on that.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Here at Precision, we take our time to earn every 5-star review.
Real reviews from people right here in St. Louis.
I love it because it really shows how I'm doing.
Oh, it makes me feel amazing.
How the people feel about my work.
I love it.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Welcome back. Coming up in our next hour, we're going to have live team coverage monitoring the conditions for you, streaming live on First Alert 4 on.
If you're just joining us right now, let's get you caught up on the morning so far with your wake-up call.
Right now, you are under an extreme cold warning until noon. We're looking at wind chills bottoming out somewhere between 15 and 25 below zero.
I'm layered up pretty significantly. I have 4 pairs of pants on, 2 sweatshirts, a t-shirt, a jacket, and also my coat, also a scarf. It is so important that you layer yourself up on mornings like these.
And folks, whenever things are plowed, so you're thinking maybe the shoulders of roads, this thing is actually decently compacted.
Look at this. We could actually see clear pavement. But guess what? Here's where all that snow is. There's a pile of snow. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". All of this snow is right here.
A lot of times when these roads are cleared, the path doesn't really stay within the boundaries of the lane.
Looking at Interstate 70, this is the view at Zumbel. This, I think, is as good as it's going to get for roads out there right now.
Hey, the good news for whoever Jaden is, this name's going to be in the snow for a long, long time. Jaden forever.
And we saw that, Jaden, when we were looking at our view right above Forest Park. So it was written in the snow in Forest Park.
Jaden making a name for himself.
Yes.
In the snow.
We need to know the story behind Jaden. So if anyone knows, they should, send us an email, give us a phone call.
He's a star for the morning. All right, final check of weather and traffic is next. Stay with us, everybody.
Okay, we get it. We've got that New Year energy here at Federico Kia.
I'm just excited. New year, new Kias everywhere you look.
Huge selection all right here, including the newly designed Kia Telluride.
And that 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty.
The best in the industry.
Plus, we're conveniently located just minutes from downtown St. Louis.
And that family feel. We'll treat you like family all year long.
And that never goes out of style.
So come see for yourself why everyone says
you gotta go to Federico.
Federico Kia, Wood River, Illinois.
My best friend Jimmy came over for coffee, said it's cold enough in here to play hockey. Well, my furnace broke and it's already late. Call Jerry Kelly cause they're open till 8, JerryKelly.com. They'll be here quick and have you feeling good, JerryKelly.com. Cause your furnace will be running like it should. They're certified technicians, I've been told. Will help you when it's hot and help you when it's cold, JerryKelly.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on, JerryKelly.com.
After an accident, you do your best to put on a brave face. You put up a strong front while the whole time you're in pain and maybe just want to give up. You can't wrap your head around how you ever got here. But guess what? You're not alone. We understand how hard life can be after an accident, and we can help you with what comes next. If you're hurt, call Brown & Crouppen for your free consultation now.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle. That's not funny. And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important, like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again. Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
When you think of the hero of your home, who or what comes to mind? At Universal Windows Direct, our Unishield windows use super spacer insulation technology to keep you comfortable and save you money on energy bills. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free, plus 60 months of 0% interest and a bonus $1,000 off your next project. Not all heroes wear capes, but this one will save your day. Visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com today.
First Alert Traffic is brought to you by Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. Own tomorrow.
1 to 2 lanes on interstates are clear. The others are snow-packed. Several crashes on 44 eastbound, including by Six Flags and Pacific. Another crash 44 westbound near 141, as well as an issue on 64 eastbound at Timberlake Manor. Matt will have more on the roads in Illinois during our live stream.
Speaking of Illinois, I've got a live view from Alton. That sun is coming up, and boy, make sure you get the shades because it is going to be bouncing off that fresh snowpack. The bigger story this morning, the temperatures, my goodness, -5 in Alton, Illinois. You're talking about wind chills across the area between 15 and 25 below. The high today is only in the lower to mid-teens.
All right, many of you, your routine's a little off today. Maybe you don't know. We stream right now, so on your streaming apps, find us.
Get more news and weather from First Alert 4 on. Streaming now.